Disclaimer: I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the picture shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you liked my content, please subscribe to the channel. Chapter begins and we see Axian's sword drives into Liam's back, a red stain spreading on the snow. Liam's body stiffens in shock, his own sword falling to the ground. Theo is stunned. Liam's face shows pain and disbelief as blood trickles from his mouth, his wide eyes staring up at Axian, unable to understand this betrayal. With a sickening sound, Axian pulls his sword free, blood splattering onto the white snow, a clear sign of his brutality. Liam collapses to his knees, clutching his wound. Axian's subordinates stand frozen, their faces a mix of horror and confusion. One is speechless while another cries out in anguish at the sight of their fallen leader. "Axian, what are you doing?" one shouts. Axian's eyes glow with an intense red as he justifies his actions, saying, "You got involved in the fight because you thought I would lose. That's an insult to me." Theo's expression shifts from disbelief to realization. "Axian, that crazy bastard, that's your own family." Axian turns back to Theo with a cruel smirk. "I must admit this, Theo Ragnar, you are indeed strong." A flashback shows Ed Trovian speaking to a younger Axian in shadows. "The weak are useless, but you're born with talent. You should stand above others, only then can you claim the throne of Ragnar." Back in the present, Axian's arrogance is evident as he looks down at Theo. "You must be weaker than me, that's the only conclusion," he says. He raises his sword, radiating power and ambition. "I will be the strongest and sit on the throne. I can't lose to someone like you. Anyone who gets in my way will die," he declares angrily, launching a furious attack with his sword. Rage twists his features as Theo stands determined, focusing entirely on Axian. Theo meets Axian's attack head-on. Their swords clash with explosive force. Axian is shocked when Theo avoids his attack and prepares to counterstrike. Blood sprays from Axian as Theo's strike connects, pain and shock evident on his face. Liam's men rush to his side, supporting him as one shouts in concern, "Liam, are you okay?" Liam coughs and clutches his wound. One of Liam's men glares at Axian. "Damn it. I know you're reckless, but this is too much." Despite his pain, Liam grits his teeth and gives a desperate order. "Don't worry about me. Go help Master Axian to kill Theo Ragnar." His eyes show fanatical intensity. One of Liam's men hesitates, looking back at him. "But why are you so insistent?" he asks, confused by Liam's loyalty after such an attack. Liam's face is strained with pain and desperation as he insists, "Now go and kill Theo. If Master Axian dies, we're all doomed." Axian spits blood, his face twisted in pain and fury as Theo presses his attack with a streak of blue energy against. Axian's eyes widen in disbelief at Theo's power. "This can't be." Another flashback shows Ed Trovian looking knowingly at Axian. With Ragnar, expect the unimaginable. Against a fierce wind, even a candle can ignite into a ferocious flame. Axian gritted his teeth, whispering to himself, "No, this can't be happening." Memories flooded back, when everyone advised him to dismiss Theo as no threat, and the moment he had invited Theo into his secret society, intending to toy with him and teach him his place. He recalled his last meeting with his uncle, who had ominously noted, "You must realize there's no longer a significant difference in skill between you and Theo." The weight of those words pressed heavily on Axian as he gripped his sword tightly. A surge of red energy enveloped the blade, and with fury in his eyes, blood trickling from his mouth, he declared, "No, I can easily tear apart trash like you. I am Axian Ragnar, the one destined to dominate the north and claim the Ragnar throne." With a powerful swing, Axian unleashed a radiant red dragon from his sword, launching it toward Theo. Unmoved, Theo stood firm against the oncoming assault. "Throne this, throne that. Your ambition has led to the death of my people," he retorted. "If you refuse to abandon your greed, I will force you to yield. With the power bestowed upon me, I will become strong enough to slay all of you." As Theo tightened his grip on his sword, a blue aura enveloped him. He prepared for his final strike, manifesting a blue dragon that soared forth with immense power, its triple claws ready to clash with Axian's fiery assault. He charges forward with energy gathering around him, as he unleashes his ultimate attack. 3 claws of the dragon. His eyes glow with blue energy as he races toward Axian. Liam watches wide-eyed at the raw power being unleashed, while Axian's subordinates look on in stunned silence. Remington, Huss, and Erica observe from a distance, reflecting on the magnitude of the clash. Pain and effort mark Axian's face as he struggles against Theo's attack. They are locked in a devastating clash. Their powers create a blinding vortex of energy that erupts into a massive explosion, sending shockwaves through the area. In the aftermath, smoke and dust obscure everything. Axian's boots are planted firmly in the snow. Drops of blood stain the white surface as he slides backward across it. He is thrown back violently onto the snowy ground. Defeated and motionless against the white snow, a grim sign of defeat, Theo stands over fallen Axian with his sword lowered, but still radiating power. Weariness and grim satisfaction mark Theo's features as he looks down at his defeated opponent. Liam stares in disbelief and horror at what has happened. "Master Axian," he whispers in denial. Theo's sword hung in the air, dripping blood onto the snow below. Axian lay dead, his eyes staring blankly at the sky. A heavy silence covered the battlefield, broken only by the labored breaths of the survivors. Liam's subordinates looked shocked and horrified, murmuring about their fallen master. Despite his serious injuries, Liam struggled to rise, his eyes fixed on Axian's body. "Kill him," he whispered hoarsely, urging Theo to take action. Theo stood there, his white coat stained with blood, sword lowered but still dripping from his fight. Although tired and hurt, Theo remained firm, scanning the remaining members of the Central Intelligence Bureau. He recognized the danger he was in. Even in better shape, facing 4 senior officers would be impossible. His stamina was nearly gone, and he had little magic left from earlier attacks. As he gripped his sword tightly, he felt a flicker of hope amidst his exhaustion. Suddenly, 2 cloaked figures appeared, swords drawn and ready to fight. The tension broke as they moved swiftly through the chaos. Remington and Erica emerged from the fray, determined to join the battle against the attackers. "How did you guys get here?" Theo exclaimed in surprise and relief. Remington smiled reassuringly, saying it was natural for them to help a friend in need. Theo was momentarily speechless at their unexpected arrival. Erica complimented him on his strength, expressing her admiration for him. Despite knowing it was against the rules for supervisors to intervene directly with candidates, they chose to support Theo. Remington pointed out that they were risking serious consequences by fighting alongside him. The battle shifted as the Central Intelligence Bureau members found themselves overwhelmed and on the defensive. Elam watched in frustration as his plans fell apart. "What should we do?" one of his subordinates asked nervously. They realized their situation had spiraled out of control and urged Liam for a decision. Defeated and desperate, Liam muttered that they were doomed. Their mission had failed completely. Liam's mind raced with dread as he acknowledged how precarious their position was. "There's no way," he began, but then a sinister smile crossed his face as a new idea formed in his mind. He declared that they should kill everyone present to cover up their failure and make it look like an accident. He pulled out dark orbs that contained 5th-grade monsters, intending to use them to create chaos and disguise their involvement. His men hesitated, but eventually agreed to follow his orders. Just as Liam prepared to unleash the monsters, supervisors from different clans arrived on the scene, looking concerned and suspicious. Their presence halted the chaos momentarily as they surveyed the destruction around them. "What is happening here?" asked one supervisor from the White Dragon clan, while others echoed similar questions about the situation. Liam felt fear wash over him as he realized how bad things had become with so many witnesses present. The supervisors quickly moved to protect while rushing to Liam's side. They ordered everyone involved to stop and follow them if they wanted to save themselves. Amidst this standoff filled with unspoken threats, Theo remained silent but alert, having survived against great odds at a high cost. He expressed gratitude when he saw the supervisors arrive just in time to restore order. "You came at the right moment," he said appreciatively while looking at Rai with concern for her well-being after all that had happened. "That was reckless," Rai said softly but firmly to Theo, questioning why he had put himself in such danger. As night fell over the snowy landscape where the battle had taken place, survivors gathered around Theo and his friends, Remington, Huss, and Erica, showing relief mixed with exhaustion on their faces. The members of Training Ground Number 4 expressed their gratitude for Theo's courage during such a difficult time. "You did all this for us," they cried out with tears in their eyes. "We have no regrets, even if we die." Theo felt a heavy weight from their sacrifices, but also noticed Rai's spirit remained strong despite her pale appearance. She whispered her admiration for him and expressed her desire to achieve first place by asking for the bell. In this somber moment, under the moonlight following a fierce battle, hope flickered amidst despair as they began to process what had happened together. Meanwhile, Ed Trovian listened in shock as one of his subordinates reported on Axian's death, realizing that all their careful plans had crumbled before them. The other council members could only stare in disbelief at how everything had unraveled. The proclamation echoed like a grand announcement in the frosty air, signaling the end of the second phase of the blooming festival. The scene unfolded in a wintry woodland where a crowd of people gazed up at the source of the declaration. Whispers rippled through the assembly as two figures, their faces marked by struggle, exchanged astonished looks. The focus shifted to the feat of an examiner as he advanced, that shattered the stillness. A man's voice rang out across the clearing. "Everyone has put in great effort." This was Pharaoh, known as Ragnar the Zenith Dragon, who stood tall with a flowing white beard framing his stern visage. His voice held weight as he proclaimed, "The second phase of the blooming festival has ended." The crowd responded with disbelief and confusion. "I can't believe the Zenith Dragon is here," someone gasped. Another person wondered why such a rare visitor had chosen this moment to appear. Unfazed by their murmurs, Pharaoh continued, 45 out of 87 contenders have succeeded." He paused for effect and added, "The survival rate is commendable. It seems this year's talents are remarkable." An electric shift in the atmosphere hinted at unseen energy as Pharaoh noted that the highest score was also surprising. His eyes glinted ominously as he carried on with the formalities. "As you all know, everyone who succeeded in this phase will advance from apprentice to novice." He surveyed the crowd and declared, "You should take pride in yourselves because you are now qualified to serve as Ragnar's inspectors." Among those present were Remington and Sybil, standing side by side. "Everyone here is qualified," Pharaoh then announced. "I will now disclose the scores from the second phase of the blooming festival." His tension thickened in the air. Everyone awaited their results. "First place, Theo Ragnar with 1,121 points, Pharaoh declared. Gasps erupted immediately as whispers spread among the crowd. "As expected, it's Theo Ragnar again," someone exclaimed in disbelief. Another voice chimed in. "He had no points until the very end. What happened?" A voice then cut through the chatter. "Hey, didn't you hear? He ended Axian." Pharaoh continued to announce scores. Second place, Remington Nario with 926 points. Third place, Erica Lanka with 843 points. Fourth place, Ray Ragnar with 789 points. The fifth place, Hulkus. Then he announced the rank of each participant, and finally, when he reached the end of the list, he said, "And finally, 45th place, Ayla Lehman with 28 points." He concluded with a note of finality, stating that everyone had worked hard but reminded them that the blooming festival was not yet over. "There is still a third phase of the blooming festival," Pharaoh stated before pausing slightly. His message was clear. "Those who have qualified for the third phase, please raise your hands." Confusion spread through the crowd. "Did you succeed?" someone asked. "No, I didn't gather enough bells," another replied, frustration evident in their tone. "I don't understand," muttered a third. Remington raised his hand with a soft thud accompanying his movement, followed by Erica and House. Confused but resolute, Ray also raised his hand. Theo lifted his hand high, his black glove contrasted against the light. In his mind, he recalled that to qualify for this next phase, one must collect bells and learn from written words within them. A hidden piece difficult to gather and fully comprehend. Only those who mastered it during the exam could attribute it to their magic and earn qualification for participation in this third phase. Theo's thoughts drifted to his past life when he struggled to grasp those words clearly. Suddenly, Theo's eyes brightened blue as a system notification appeared before him. Hatchling synchronization. You can read thoughts of objects. The scene shifted to a vivid battle filled with bright lights and fierce energy as Theo narrated how he perceived words as images in his mind. "So I was able to grasp everything quickly," he thought. "It's rare to see even one person succeed at this level." In his past life, neither Ray nor Wellington had managed to acquire this quality breathing method. He pondered whether it was due to some butterfly effect he caused. Fario's expression turned serious as he addressed the 4 candidates directly. Each of you should show what you've obtained before me. He called out first for Theo Ragnar. Theo's thoughts were resolute. Since Axian was gone, many things would change for him. His heart beat steadily as he approached confidently, because he believed that his future would shine brighter than before. A blue aura enveloped his foot as he prepared to unveil what he had achieved. The air crackled with power as Theo spoke aloud about his thunder ability while focusing intently on it. His expression was serious yet determined as he thought about expressing it fully. The ground trembled beneath him as an impressive display of lightning formed around Theo's body. "No way!" exclaimed one voice from the crowd in astonishment, while another questioned whether Theo had reached such an advanced level so quickly. As expected from young Master Theo, Siebel declared excitedly. Theo's body became surrounded by swirling energy. Usually, people would stop here, but a smirk crossed his face instead. Remington's eyes widened in surprise at what Theo was about to unleash. His chest glowed intensely as he released an enormous wave of energy. While Erica remarked she liked him, and House exclaimed how cool he was. Faro observed this exchange with a hint of amusement on his lips. "That's surprising. I didn't expect you to control it so well," Faro said casually while watching Theo's expression remain unreadable amid swirling energy around him. Theo unleashed an explosive wave of lightning magic that tore through the ground beneath him while calling forth its name, Thunder Dragon, as he lowered his arms dramatically. Theo was attacking their supervisor in disbelief. Faro chuckled softly at their reactions and responded calmly. "This is fun. You've already reached an advanced level." Raising his hand caused water to swirl around it magically. "You have qualified to test me," Faro stated confidently, while Theo remained focused ahead with determination shining in his gaze. The onlookers gasped again at this exchange between them. "Good job, Theo Ragnar. I'll grant you an extra 1,000 points, Faro declared with satisfaction spreading across his face. "Thank you." Theo noted how generous Faro seemed toward candidates willing to take challenges. The updated scores appeared. First place, Theo Ragnar, 2,121 points. Second place, Wellington Nario, 926 points. Third place, Erica Aranka, 843 points. Fourth place, Ray Ragnar, 789 points. 2,000 points. House exclaimed incredulously, while another voice remarked how impressive that was compared to Lord Thorkel's scores. Faro chuckled again at these developments, while shifting focus onto Wellington Nario next. A blue notification box appeared indicating Wellington Nario plus 500 points, followed by Ray Ragnar's turn receiving Ray Ragnar plus 300 points, and finally Erica Aranka plus 300 points too. Holding a scroll now, Faro declared enthusiastically about this group being very talented, since usually only one candidate reaches over 1,000 points at this stage. The scene shifted back, showing all 4 candidates together, while a voice narrated about how there were 4 contenders for top positions now visible on screen. First place, Theo Ragnar, 2,121 points. Second place, Remington Nario, 1,426 points. Third place, Erica Aranka, 1,143 points. Fourth place, Ray Ragnar, 1,089 points. The scene transitioned again to reveal a snowy mountain range where Faro's voice echoed, saying everyone had worked hard amidst falling snowflakes around them. "Everyone except those candidates moving on to round 3 may leave now," he concluded, before announcing preparations for an upcoming nomination ceremony scheduled for next week. As people began dispersing from there onward, while 4 candidates remained standing gazing up at Faro atop a stone platform, the atmosphere shifted suddenly when Faro began speaking again with an ominous tone building up around him, accompanied by dark energy emanating from himself. "Shall we start round 3? Faro asked menacingly, causing Theo's eyes to widen upon feeling an unexpected surge as he saw a vision resembling a dragon. With that thought racing through him, "What on earth? What is that creature?" Suddenly, Theo felt an eerie familiarity and whispered, "Am I sensing Lodbrok's energy?" While the dragon roared fiercely, Theo wondered how he should confront this new challenge. And with that, this chapter ends. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name on comment section. And if want to know what happened in previous chapter, you can watch them in this YouTube channel.